So, my way of pushing past mental health stigma was to make this public and to tell everybody. And if you want to help me push past that stigma, here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to look at me, and I want you to know that seeking therapy, seeking counseling, seeking medication, seeking treatment, seeking diagnosis, it is worth it. And eventually you will get there. If you think you have a problem, if you think you have something that is bothering you, something that makes life a lot harder to live than you think it should be, then you can seek help, and help will come. Eventually. It might take a long time, but it will come. In the meantime, what I'd like to encourage is far gone from what I imagine a lot of VTuber fans have, which is this sort of quirky obsession with staying inside all the time. I mean, a lot of NIJI VTubers have this problem as well. One of the main things that my shrink told me was that I need to get out of the house, and this is true for you guys as well. If any of you guys consider yourself as shut-in, and if any of you guys are saying like, well, Lamau, I don't leave the house, obviously if you've got a real serious problem that makes you unable to leave the house, then sure. But for the majority of you, I know the fact is, none of you touch grass nearly as much as you should. And so that's what I'm going to try and say. On the lead up to finding a diagnosis, and in the lead up to trying to figure out who you are, if you think you need one of the most important things that you can have is a good support network. Friends, family, anything. I think that especially if you come from a country with strong mental health stigma, people in your own generation, people in younger generations are a better shout than perhaps than family. Because I think people in younger generations, sort of 18, 24 or whatever, they tend to be a lot better versed in this, and they tend to understand that mental health is more serious, whereas boomers maybe don't. So, I think the most important thing is that no matter how you do it, get outside, get some fresh air, and try in some way to make friends and socialize. And I sound like an old man, because I am an old man. I'm a very old man, and I've been around the block, and whenever I interact with people and I have people to rely on, I'm a lot happier. It's as simple as that. For my money, I'd like to say that for the past few years I have not. Until I met NIJI, I did not have a good support network at all. I could talk to my family, and that helped somewhat, but when it came to friends, I didn't have a lot of people. And as a result, a lot of my symptoms felt much worse than they could have been. And I don't want that for you. If you have the opportunity to find a support network, to stay calm and collected and safe, most importantly, until you manage to find help, then you should, you know, buckle up and try and find one. It's like what Mike Ehrmantraut says, my favorite character with my favorite soundbite. If you got family, go to family. If you got friends, go to a friend. If you don't have friends, then make some. Because being alone isn't good for anybody.